Today we are doing Srimad Bhagwatam, Bhagwat Puran, sankada2 or volume 2 or canto 2, chapter 2 from sloka 22. Okay, now who is going to brief what happened yesterday before this? Kritika, Shravan,
Okay.
yeah, Shravan, please.
Yes, ma'am. So yesterday we started on the grass body and subtle body of Lord Shri Krishna. Um, the grass body is basically Lord Shri Krishna, our part in Lord Shri Krishna, and the subtle body is Lord Shri Krishna's body.
Okay, good, thank you. And it was being told like we need to focus or meditate on each body part of Sri Krishna ji, and it's been explained in detail, like how is the arms, it is full of jewelries, fingers with the rings, neck with the garlands, head with the crown. So Sukhdev ji is guiding us step by step how to start the meditation, how to focus on Sri Krishna ji. So everything is been told in detail. Like first you focus in one body part, then you go to the next body part. You cover full complete body part, meditate and then chant. Okay, today we will start with Shloka 22. Here in Shloka 22, Sukhdevji is saying to King Parikshit, Hey Parikshit, if the yogi wishes to go to the abode of Lord Brahma and have company with the yogis, such as the perfectionist in 8 ways, then he should take the mind and senses with him. So this has been said in Shloka 22. Who is going to say? It is talking about, yeah.
So, ma'am, in this book, it has been told that, like, um, like it has been told that if the yogis have already finished all the spiritual things and they go into the Brahma Loka and they have the eight fold of perfections. Uh, so when they go to the Brahmaloka, they have to also take their mind and senses with them.
Hmm. Okay, now Shloka 23. It is said that the masters of yoga who practices the worship of God, do austerity and penance, are equally subtle as the powerful wind and have the right move everywhere 3 worlds. So what are the 3 worlds?
Ma'am, hell, heaven, and earth.
Very good. Thank you. So this is what it has been told in Shloka 23. So the masters of yoga, they can move around all the 3 worlds with the right move. It is they will not misuse that power. Obviously they have got that power or the energy or the speciality that they can move in all the 3 worlds. Can we move? We cannot do that. We are on the earth and we are staying in the earth. But the specialities, the masters who have gained that supreme state of saint or the no Brahmin state, they can move around, but they don't misuse it. They do it with the right move. Understood? And they practices worshipping God. So see, after attaining that state, they are not giving up. Okay, now I have attained the supreme state. I will not worship God. Why should I remember God? They worship more. They do more austerities. They do more penance to maintain that level and to go more further. So, what do we learn? That we should also worship more and more. We should try to worship more. It is not that, okay, I have learned Srimad Bhagavad Gita, why should I chant the shlokas? You have learned to chant more and more. It is not just for learning. What is the next step? Next step is that do you do more chanting, you teach to others as well. You all are capable to teach. You should teach your friends, families, whoever is interested. Sharing is caring. We should share the knowledge, right? So you should try to convince your friends and family, teach everyone. They should also get that no bhakti of Sri Krishna ji, the knowledge of Srimad Bhagavad Gita, able to understand. Okay, back to this shloka. In shloka 23, it has been said that the masters of yoga who practices worshipping God do more austerity and penance and are equally subtle as the powerful wind. They are subtle like a powerful wind and have the right to move everywhere in the three worlds. They have got the right, they have gained it. It is not that they were born with this right. They have gained it by their dedication and conviction and through the divine consciousness. Okay, this has been told in Shloka 23. Come on, who is explaining?
Can I?
Yes, Shloka.
Yes, ma'am. And so in this sloka, it's being said that the people who have the path to move from three worlds, they have earned it by doing something. You cannot just get it from Lord Shri Krishna without doing anything for him.
Thank you. Now, Shloka 24. O king, the yogi who proceeds towards the abode of Lord Brahma, his life air releases through his bone marrow. He then first reaches the abode of the fire god through the heavens. Thereafter, all remaining impurities are removed from him, and he then rises upwards to the Lord Vishnu's sphere of Shishumar. So here it is been what has been explained, that great yogi, how he leaves the world, he leaves his body, and he passes through the different abodes of the different gods, and still he is purifying himself. So we need to imagine how impure our body is. He is already in the supreme state. He's in the Brahmin state. He is completely equanimous. He is completely out of all this material world. He's able to control his senses and the mind. Still some impurities are left in him. So how it goes? He proceeds towards the abode of Lord Brahma. His air releases from where? Through his bone marrow. Then he first reached the abode of fire god through the heavens, where all the remaining impurities are removed from him, then rises upwards to the Lord Vishnu's sphere of Shishumar. Clear? 24. Who is going to explain? Come on, try. Yeah, Tejas.
Mom, can I explain?
Yeah, Tejas.
So in the slogan it says that so mom the great yogi, then so once the great yogi wants to go to Brahma, he the like his wind will get released from his bone marrow, ma'am, and then he'll go to the abode of the Lord of Fire, which is Lord Agni through the heavens, ma'am, and then whichever impurities is remaining will be taken out. Ma'am, and then after that he will proceed towards Chitu, which is towards Lord.
Very good. Thank you. Tejas, there is some background noise from your side. Maybe the fan is going on.
Yes, my fan.
Maybe you can do it little slow. Now, Shloka 25. Aishwarya and Kritika, are you there?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, you need to explain the next shloka. This sphere of Shishumar is Lord Vishnu's center for the entire universe. So, what is this Shishumar? It is Lord Vishnu's center for the entire universe. He then ascends alone in his most subtle and pure body to the realm called Mahalok, where Sri Krishna ji is there, in the subtle and the pure body to the realm called Mahalok, which is adored even by the knowers of Brahma, and which is the and which is the delightful abode of all the gods that live for a whole kalpa. Who will tell me what is kalpa?
Ma'am, the day of Lord Brahma. Day and night.
Very good. Thank you. So kalpa is the one day and night of Lord Brahma. So what has been said here? It has been described about Shishumar, which is the Lord Vishnu's center for the entire universe. You know, where Lord Vishnu is there in the subtle and pure body, and that is called the Mahalok, and which is adored by even the knower of the Brahma, and which is a delightful abode of all the gods that live for a whole kalpa.
Ma'am, that I understand.
That is why I am explaining again. I know it
Okay.
is little complicated. So see, basically now it is talking about the Shishumar, which is the center of Sri Vishnuji. Lord Vishnuji's center, which is called as Shishumar, it is talking about that. So what is that? It is a favorite place for all the gods who live there for the whole kalpa. Whole kalpa means forever they are living there. Okay, they are there over there forever. And over there, Lord Vishnu, he is staying there in the pure and the subtle body. He is there in the pure and the subtle body, and it is also called as Mahalok. Why it is called Mahalok? Because Lord Vishnu is there with all the other gods, and even the all the what do you say? All the knowers of Brahma are also aware of it, and everybody adore that place. That means everybody likes to be at that place. Obviously, we would like to be in the place where Lord Vishnu is there. This is the main aim, that we need to be over there with Lord Vishnu. So Lord Vishnu is the main god, or Sri Hari, or Sri Krishna ji. Fine. Now are you able to understand little bit?
Yes.
Come on, explain.
So, in this shloka, it's been explained over here about Shishumar. Shishumar is the center of Vishnuji. So, in Shishumar, all the saints live there. The saints live there, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So they live there forever. And Sri Krishna ji is in the pure and the subtle body, which is Mahalok, and everyone used to adore that place. All the gods used to adore that place, and it was pure and
फैन तेज
subtle
कर लो ना, बाहर
because
की आवाज़ बहुत आ रही
Lord
है.
Vishnu ji was there.
चलेगा. वो क्या
Continue.
रिकॉर्डिंग में वो लोग की आवाज़ आ जाएगी. थैंक यू ऐश्वर्या.
Welcome.
हाँ अच्छा, मैंने कैमरा ऑफ कर दिया. आराम से भागो मत. ओके, नाउ श्लोका 26. Thereafter, at the time of dissolution, when he sees the whole world below being consumed by the fire proceeding from the mouth of Lord Ananta, that is Shesha, he rises still higher to Brahma's abode, where the foremost among the realized saints resides in their aerial cars. The lifetime of this Brahmalok is that of 2 days of Lord Brahma's life. So what is this? So here it is being said that at the time of dissolution, when the dissolution happens, when one kalpa is over. So what is one kalpa? When one day of Lord Brahma is over, then the one kalpa is over, right? When one day of Lord Brahma is over, the dissolution of earth happens. Do you all remember that? So after the time of thereafter at the time of dissolution, when the dissolution is happening, that means one day of Lord Brahma is over, when he sees the whole world below being consumed by the fire, obviously the abode of the Supreme Lord is above, right? Remember the body form, it is on the topmost. Lord, the Supreme Lord's abode is on his head. You remember in the last chapter it was been explained, and the earth is in the navel point. So it is below the abode of the Supreme Lord. We are below here. Abode of Supreme Lord is up and we are down. The earth is down. So it is what has been said here that when he sees the whole world below being consumed by the fire proceeding from the mouth of Lord Ananta, that is Shesha, he rises still higher to the Brahma's abode, where the foremost among the realized saints resides in their aerial cars. So, in between that, the for the saints, the great saints, the supreme saints are residing in the aerial cars. And it is like the cars flying in the air. So they are over there. In between Lord Brahma's abode and the earth, there is aerial cars where the great supreme saints are residing. The lifetime of this Brahmalok is that of 2 days of Lord Brahma's life. So that Brahmalok also has a lifetime of just 2 days of Lord Brahma's life. So it is like a earth. Earth has a lifetime of one dissolution is 1 day of Lord Brahma. And that Brahmalok is 2 days of Lord Brahma. Okay, are able to understand? It is basically talking about the Lord Brahmalok. So in between the earth and the Brahmalok, what all is there and what is a lifetime, it is talking about that. So when the earth dissolution happens, it is being consumed by the Lord Ananta, that is Shesh, which is blowing the air from his mouth. It when the fire will come, what happen? It will rise up. So it is when then it is rising up, there it is the aerial cars where the supreme yogis are there. Above that it is the Brahmalok, which has the life of 2 days of Lord Brahma. Is it clear now? Because I can see question marks in all your faces. Are you able to understand little bit now?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Kritika?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Ma'am, in this shloka, it's been said that at the end of the Kalpa, when the whole world is being burnt by a fire that's starting from the mouth of Lord Ananta, that time he will rise up to Brahma's abode, and between, like below Brahma's abode, there are aerial cars in which the most supreme yogis reside.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Now we have to do Shloka 27. There is neither grief nor agony, neither old age nor death. Therefore, there no fear of any kind. The only pain they suffer from is due to the compassion when they see people who have no knowledge of the process of meditation entangled in the cycle of life and death. So, over there is no grief or agony and neither old age or death. So that is no fear because they have no old age, no death. Obviously, there won't be any fear, है ना? Generally, humans what they are fear of that they will die. If we take all the great people like क्या बोलते हैं इसको? Kans, the Kans king, then the Ravan, what the fear they had. that we will die. They didn't wanted to die. They wanted to be forever. They wanted to be powerful. But here there is nothing like that. There is no old age, there is no death. So there is no fear as well. So only pain they suffer is due to the compassion when they see people who have no knowledge of the process of meditation entangled in the cycle of life and death. So who is this? These are the humans. है ना? Humans are entangled in the material world. They are lacking behind the process of meditation. So what is meditation? Meditation is that you focus on Sri Krishna ji. We all are more focused on the material world. We should all focus little bit on Sri Krishna ji. Clear? Okay, now who is going to explain? Tapasya. Yes, sir.
Yes, ma'am. So in this sloka, it's being said that um, uh, the only sorrow that is there in those places is out of compassion for the people who don't know how to get out of the cycle of life and death, and the people who just want to live forever.
Thank you. Shloka 28. Then, after reaching the Satyalok, he fearlessly unites his subtle body with the earth. Thereafter, he steadily follows the process of attaining the seven stages. From his terrestrial form, he passes to the watery, and then to the fiery, and then to the airy, and lastly to the ethereal stage. So, it is the process of a supreme saint's body, soul leaving the body. So how it goes? Then after reaching the Satyalok, he fearlessly unites his subtle body with the earth. Thereafter he steadily follows the process of attaining the seven stages. From his terrestrial form, he passes to the watery, then to the fiery, and then to the airy, and lastly to the ethereal stage. Who is going to explain this? Come on, you can try. Tapasya. Kitna complicated.
Mom, I cannot understood this shloka mean that much, so I'm getting confused a little.
Yeah, it is little complicated. But it's okay. We need to just take out that complicated word from our mind and we need to focus here. Right? Because when we think it is complicated, not able to understand, we will not be able to understand. We have to think, yes, we can do it. Okay? I'll tell again, okay? Slowly I will tell. So here Sukdevji is saying to King Parikshit, so he's telling the process of what happens and when a soul leaves the body. So he's saying the procedure, how that soul passes to different level. We don't know that. We just know that okay, body dies, soul comes out and it goes. So where it goes? So it is passing to all there is stages. It has been explained in detail that where this soul goes. So that is here. Then after reaching the Satyalok, it will reach the Satyalok. He fearlessly unites with his subtle body with the earth. Fearlessly, because it is already dead, right? With no fear left. Thereafter, he steadily follows the process of attaining the seven stages. From his terrestrial form, he passes to watery. Okay, he goes to watery, then to the fiery, then to the airy, and lastly to the ethereal stage. Little bit you are able to understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Come on, sir.
So in this shloka, Sukhdevji is telling to King Parikshit that how the soul leaves the body. First, it will go to the terrestrial place, and then to the fiery, to the watery, and then it will go to the eternal abode.
Thank you. Very good. Now Shloka 29. In this way, the yogi senses. So, what is the sense? So, what is the sense? Vision, smell, taste, touch, and sound. है ना? The five senses also transforms into the subtle form. So, what is subtle? Subtle is the soul, and gross is the body. Who is explaining? This one is so easy. It's not so complicated. It is talking about the senses of the yogi, which transforms into the subtle form. That is the soul form. बोलेगा ऐश्वर्या, कृतिका.
Yes.
हाँ, come on. कृतिका, कृतिका. ठीक है, तेजस, श्रवण.
Yes, ma'am, I can say.
Yeah, come on.
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, so in this sloka, they're saying that, ma'am, so once the yogi is in the subtle form, the senses, ma'am, the five senses also becomes the subtle form. It also like goes into the subtle form.
Thank you. Now Shloka 30. Thereafter the yogi enters the ego. Here the subtle elements merge into the tamas ego, the senses into the rajas, and the mind as well as the deities presiding over the senses into the sattvic ego. Then he returns along with the ego to the principle Mahat Tattva and finally to the nature. So now what happens? Now it is in this shloka it has been explained of the ego. So what happens to the ego? Here the subtle elements merge into the tama ego, the senses into the rajas ego, and the mind as well as the deities presiding over the senses into the sattvic ego. Then he returns along with the ego to the principle Mahat Tattva and finally to the nature. See, basically these are all the steps or the what do you say? We can say steps. The where we this soul cross over everything. You need to understand that first. So first you understand that, then it all becomes easy. These are all the just the names. You know, we need to understand these are all just the names that we need to remember. Like suppose you want to go to the Kanyakumari to Kashmir. We are now in south. Suppose from Kanyakumari to Kashmir you have to do. So what you will do? From Kanyakumari, suppose you are going by train. Train will pass to Madurai, then Chennai, then Vishakhapatnam, then Agra, then Delhi, then Jammu, then Kashmir. So if you want to say someone that I went to Kanyakumari to Kashmir, you will say that my train has passed through all these places. Is it confusing? It is not confusing, right? Same way here, the Sukhdev Ji Maharaj is telling us how this soul passes through all these places. Are you able to understand? So nothing has to be confused. We need to just understand that this is the stages or the steps where we cross across. Clear? Who is going to explain? Come on, quickly, you can do it. बोलो बोलो कुछ तो बोलो कृतिका वेर आर यू कृतिका श्रवण ऐश्वर्या okay we will go to the next shloka 31. During the final dissolution, the yogi merges with that pure blissful form in God, who is in perfect tranquil and bliss. Dear Parikshit, he who attains the divine goal no more returns to this world of matter. Last stage, final stage. So this is the final dissolution. So that soul is getting cured at such so many levels. So just imagine when a body dies of a supreme yogi, not a normal human being, of a supreme yogi passes to so many stages, and then what happens? The final dissolution. That it get merged with the pure blissful form in God, who is in
Okay.
perfect tranquil and bliss, and that is the divine goal, and it never returns to this world of matter. So just imagine how much hard work we have to do to attain that pure yogi state, and after the body dies, that soul also have to do so many hard work. It also have to passes to so many different stages to go and meet the soul of Sri Krishna ji. Will you understand?
Yes,
Okay,
ma'am.
Aishwarya will explain.
Yes.
Good, come on.
In the shloka, it's been explained that how a dead body or the soul of a yogi, like this, like it finishes. So here, for a yogi, it has to pass so many levels, but for a human, like there's not as much as levels to pass as for the yogi. So the soul has to do so much of hard work. We have to do so much of hard work just for that yogi soul to meet that um Vishnu or Shri Krishna Ji's soul. Done, ma'am.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Now, Shloka 32. Hey Parikshit, I have thus answered and explained you the process and ways described in the Vedas for the Karma Mukti and the Sadhya Mukti. Even when Lord Brahma had inquired about this, Lord Vyasdev had have explained in this way to him. So even the gods have to go through this process after they die, because they are also being created by the Supreme Lord Sri Krishna Ji. Correct? So here we have got the complete knowledge of how the soul, no, of how when a body dies of a supreme yogi, how it comes out through the body, and after coming out through the body, how that soul passes to the different level or state, and then reach to the supreme Lord soul. Is it clear? So here it is being said that when Lord Brahma has also asked, Lord Vyasdev have also explained the same way, and it has been written in the Vedas. And it is what? Karma Mukti and Sadhya Mukti. Who is going to explain? Tapasya, Kritika, Shravan. Come on, you can do it.
I didn't understand this.
You didn't understand. Tapasya?
Same, mom. It's too confusing.
It is not confusing. This is to at least very simple. Here, what Sukhdevji is saying that I have answered everything, that how a body dies. When a body dies, how the soul come out of the body. Then after coming out from the body, how it passes to the different level and reaches to the soul of the Supreme Lord. This has been mentioned in the Vedas, and it is for the Vedas for the Karma Mukti and Satya Mukti, and this was the same explained by Lord Vyasdev to Lord Brahma. Simple.
Okay, mom. So, mom, in this shloka, it has been told that how the body leaves the material. No, mom. Sorry, how the soul leaves the material body, and which are levels it goes through, and it goes to the Sakti Mukti and Karma Mukti. This is the same explanation by Mom. Who was it, Mom?
It was been told by It was been told by Lord Vyasdev to Lord Brahma.
Yes, Mom. It has been told to Lord Vyasdev to Lord Brahma.
And it is been described in Vedas as well.
Yes.
And this is the process of Karma Mukti and Sadhya Mukti. ठीक है. Okay, now Shloka 33. For the people who are entangled in the material life, any resource through which one can attain the devotion to the Supreme Lord Sri Krishna Ji, that resource is supreme. There is no other better way.
Ma'am, before resources are supreme, what did you say?
Here it is being said that any resource through which this material life, the people who are entangled in the material life, can do devotion to Sri Krishna Ji, will be the best way. There won't be any better way than anything else. So, what we have found the best way of doing the devotion for Sri Krishna Ji? What did
Bhagwat
we? Huh?
Gita? Bhagwat Gita, Bhagwatam?
Yeah, very good. We found Srimad Bhagavad Gita. So what we have to do after finding it?
We have to read it, chant it, and give all our
Correct.
spirituality to Shri Krishna.
Correct. So here it is been said that whatever you have found, there are many ways. We have found Bhagavad Gita. So what we have to do? That we need to chant more and more. So it has been said it is the best resource that you have found. Just do it.
Okay.
Good, Aishwarya.
So, should I explain now?
Yeah, please explain.
Okay, in this shloka, it's been explained that people who are like who are tangled in material life, who like material life, can get attached to it, can be unattached to it by so this method is found by once that we can read Bhagavad Gita or Bhagwatam or read the Vedas, chant them, and give all our spirituality, all our time to Sri Krishna Ji, and we can get this attached from the material life.
Thank you. Now next, Sloka 33. Having studied, 34. Having studied the Vedas with a concentrated mind thrice, Lord Brahma has himself concluded that to be of the highest virtue, by which one is able to develop exclusive devotion to Sri Krishna ji. So Lord Brahma himself has learned with concentrated mind 3 times the Vedas. So by learning the Vedas for 3 times with full concentration, he was able to develop a exclusive devotion towards Sri Krishna ji. This is what it has been told in Shloka 34. Who will explain?
So can I?
Yeah, Shravan.
Yes, ma'am. So in this sloka, by studying and reading the Vedas 3, 4 times, you can automatically attain moksha. And that is what Brahmaji did to attain Lord Sri Krishna.
Very good, very good. Thank you. Now Shloka 35. Sri Krishna ji is the ultimate goal for every human's life, and he is present everyone, and he is present in everyone. So same thing. Now 36. Therefore Parikshit, every person should at all times and in all the situation only perform the devotion of Sri Krishna ji, sing his glories and listen to them. Okay, so here again it is been said that humans' goal should be only to attain Sri Krishna ji, and at any situation, any point of time, at any age, they should only sing the glories of Sri Krishna ji and listen to the glories of Sri Krishna ji. This is what been told in 35 and 36. Who is going to explain? Come on, it's a easy peasy. Tejas, where are you? Yeah, come on, explain.
Okay. Ma'am, so in this sloka it is said that so the human's only goal should be Lord Sri Krishna. Ma'am, because as said in the previous shlokas, ma'am, only by worshipping him and reciting his name and his glory, we can attain moksha. Ma'am, so the humans, any human being's ultimate goal should be Lord Sri Krishna. Ma'am, and there is no such thing as an age restriction or anything like that, ma'am. Any person with any kind can do it, ma'am. Even a Shudra can do it, ma'am. So, yes, ma'am, basically everyone can attain moksha if they just sing the glories and recite the shlokas of Lord Sri Krishna.
Thank you. Now the last shloka. Hey King, the saintly persons always share the nectar of the stories of the Supreme Lord always. Those people who hear it with both their ears and relish the nectar shall definitely attain to the Supreme Lord. This is also very easy. Who is going to explain?
Ma'am, can you explain?
Yeah, Ishwar. Huh?
Can you explain again? I couldn't listen.
Okay, here Sukhdev ji is saying to King Parikshit that the saintly persons always share the nectar of the stories of the Supreme Lord. So, the people who hear it with both the ears, relish the nectar, shall definitely attain to Supreme Lord.
Like shell at most.
Yeah, moksha, correct.
To explain.
Yeah, please explain.
So here in this sloka, it explains that the saintly people who want to relish the nectar of Sri Krishna ji can do it by and how can they do it by? How can they relish the nectar of Sri Krishna ji?
What?
Ma'am, can you tell how can they relish the nectar
Your
of
voice is
Krishna?
not audible.
Now,
नहीं ऐसे लग रहा है बहुत दूर से बोल रहे हो.
oh, am I audible now?
Can you all hear her? I cannot hear.
It's very low.
हाँ,
Yes, sir.
it's very low.
Am I audible now?
हाँ, वो am I audible ज़्यादा अच्छा था.
Okay. So can you tell again that how can they relish the nectar?
Relish the nectar means you will enjoy listening to it. You will not get bored. How do we relish the nectar? That means what? That you enjoy to the most. You are
Oh,
eager to listen. You are waiting to listen. That is called relishing the nectar.
oh, okay, okay.
Nectar is supposed to be the best juice. Nectar is what? It is the Amrit.
Yeah.
So, Amrit is supposed to be the best juice. So, what happens? Everybody is eager to have the Amrit. So, you should be eager to listen, you should enjoy, and you should not get bored. The way you must be all eager to go to school, to meet your friends, to play with the friends. Same way, you should be eager to listen the stories and glories of Sri Krishna ji.
Okay.
Anytime you are ready to listen, that person will get moksha. Even though you are eating, you are sleeping, you are busy with some work, but still you are ready to listen.
Yeah. So
Okay, come
people
on.
who are ready to listen to the nectar of Sri Krishna ji are ready to get moksha. Done.
Good,
Ma'am, I
thank
also
you.
had one question to you.
हाँ, काश में.
So, like your entire life, you have read Bhagwat Gita or Bhagwatam. What is your biggest learning? Just wanted to ask.
1 minute, I will come. I cannot hear you at all. I will also do some adjustments.
Wait, I'll rejoin then.
भाग के वो भागना नहीं चाहिए. हाँ, बोलो अभी ऐश्वर्या.
Yes, ma'am. So, your entire life, you had read Bhagwat Gita, Bhagwatam, but what is your biggest learning?
My
Yes.
my biggest learning is Bhagavad Gita and Bhagavatam.
No, no, no. From that, what is the biggest learning that you got?
Acha, what did I got the biggest learning?
Yes.
I gained the calmness, my anxiety level gone down, my anger gone down. I learned to let it go. है ना? I learned to ignore. I mean, whatever happened, if somebody is hurting, also no problem. It's Shri Krishna ji's wish. So many things I have learned to be calm,
Oh, wow.
to got the devotion towards Sri Krishna ji, believe in him.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
So all this I gain by no chanting more and more, reading more and more. So whenever see this is the routine, right? 4 o'clock and 6 o'clock I have the class.
Yeah.
But Monday, but still I read the shlokas at 5 o'clock also. I don't go for any. I don't go for any evening walk, or I don't sit with any friends and do chit chat. In fact, I will call my mom. I will tell, "Chalo, we will do chanting." So we both will do chanting. So this is what one should be eager to do. No, like okay, I have time. Chalo, I'll go out, do some outing. You should be eager. Ki I have time. I should do chanting.
Yes.
This is what I learned. I gained the knowledge from Bhagavad Gita and Bhagavatam.
Okay.
Okay. Okay, the last chant thus ends the second discourse entitled A Description of the Lord's Divine Form in the book 2 of the great and glorious Bhagavad Puran, otherwise known as Paramahamsa Sarhita. Okay.